Ladies and gents, the fantasy season is over. Just going to go through the last 4 games in this video, and then we're going through the reviews for all 3 of the squads. So 3 different videos on that. Hopefully a little bit of a different perspective in each of them. People's squad I will have Scoop with me, and we'll go through that one together. And the other 2, I'll go through the head-to-head a little bit more on that perspective, and then my team is a bit more of an overall perspective. But head-to-head did really well overall as well, so we can talk a bit about both. But just going through those lessons, if you watch it now, great. I'd suggest to watch it now and watch it in the preseason as well. So Dragons v Broncos, 22-12 in this one. We have Fainai, did really well, 66 in his 64 minutes. Jackie Bird, so he's had a really great finish to the year, hasn't he? Averaged 42.5 for the season and ended up being priced at 650. So he, killed it that last couple of months, and another try, pretty easy, soft try in this one. Zach Hosking was the big one in this game. So we got him as a starter, and that was the hope and plan that with Ricky out, he would be the one to start, and he's great, 43 tackles, obviously 6 misses, but 56 in base. You're not going to complain for a guy at that price, and to get him and get that decent score when a lot of the guns, so-called guns, had been falling away, which was great for him to get 57 there. Carrigan, I said he was going to be a solid one to pick up this week if you needed to at that price. Benny Hunt was good as well, 54. Walters with 60 minutes, and this one was big. Had to come on obviously early in this one. We had Payne Haas with 51, so he had a bit of a slow end to the year. Priced at 678, which is a little bit under a 50 average, but 56.6 is where he's at. So he will start at that price for next year. So don't expect to get him under 700k, but definitely that drop in average is going to get him at a kind of a normal price to start off, and could be an interesting gun to pick up with and start with, that's for sure. Going down the line, Cowboys going to be an interesting one next year, I think, as well, averaging 39, so he'll be priced just under that 610 with his average and where that's at. And then other guys, you got Cody Ramsey had a solid one. Amone with 35 was solid as well. Gamble 31, and then Palacia 19 were the other ones of note in that game there. Interesting to see where Jaden Sullivan ends up, for example, in terms of playing position-wise next year. Cowboys v Panthers, we obviously got some big scores from a few of the guys that got plenty of attacking stats, and that starts with Val Holmes at the 56 minutes for 83 points. If you've had him throughout the last part of the season, he absolutely killed it for you. Reece Robson, for those guys up top, I know a lot of them had him, so 76 in that last game of the year just really caps it off for you. Cody Falls, the 68, was lovely for those that played him. Head-to-head teams got him, which is good. We got 2 try savers, 37 tackles was awesome, and a little bit of everything with that 2 forced turnover tackles and stuff like that. Drinkwater was cool, 64, so plenty of action for him, and hopefully he plays well next week against the Sharks. Also, guys, I will be doing reviews and previews on the finals games each week as well. So that will replace the fantasy videos. If you're interested in my normal NRL content and previewing and reviewing those, that would be cool if you could stick around for that as well. I know there's a bunch of the diehard fans that are going to be here and watching them. So I thank you all for still sticking around. Hobgood's an interesting one. He's going to be very cheap next year, and is moving to the Eels, so he should be able to get a bit of a chance to play there. So he's the one that we'll look at in the off season. Taruva as well, if he gets an opportunity at some point, that 58 for him on a wing in a team that got beat was obviously really strong. Eisenhuth always goes well in big minutes. Yeah, did in a solid one. Cotter has not been good since we brought him in, let's be honest. So he's going to be priced about that 700k-ish mark, I'd say, with how many games he's missed. But he's had a great year, but obviously not fantasy-wise the last few weeks, unfortunately. O'Sullivan, after playing so well the last few weeks, he was the one that had the light game, and Kurt Falls was the big game for him. So obviously way less tackles, less try-savers and turnover tackles and stuff. So it wasn't his ideal night. Yeah, Jeremiah Nanai with 27, so again, that up and down all year. Same with Lucy Leilua at that 26. And Jason Tamlella just at 29 minutes, so he better bloody rip and tear next week, I'll tell you what. He's killed my fantasy scene. It's been bad since I've brought him in. Average 44 for the year. I don't think you can pick him up next year either. I think that'd be silly. And Hammerstove. So if he gets an opportunity at some point to play some good minutes, obviously picked up a try in this one, but some good minutes in a good position other than wing, he'll go back to scoring decent. So he could be an interesting pickup next year if there's some issues in the off season for the Cows, which I hope there isn't, but if there is. Knights v Sharks. So Sharks got the job done. They did what they needed to do, which was good for them. Britton Nakora, the 3 tries. Cam McInnes, 71. Yes. needed that. Lockie Miller, we've been speaking about as a decent option over the last few weeks, and he did good. He had Texie Hoy, got a nice score as well. Clem doing well, full 80 minutes for him, crazy. Nico Hines, almost a full 80, 2 try assists there, 20 tackles, just did a little bit of everything. Didn't run the ball too much, just sort of did a bit more passing in this one. You had Chris Randall, who covered for Brayley, got the full 80 minutes and a 49, which is good. Ramian was solid, 43. Royce Hunt and Moylan, also the 38. Malatalo, 33. So some okay scores down here. And then we get to some of the average one. Nice long-range try from Metcalf. Yeah, Talakai was a low one. Wadey Graham, that 48 minutes only. Frizzell, after we talked about him potentially being a solid one to bring in this week, only got the 20. And then you got Andrew Fafita with his 15. Brodie Jones off in 13 minutes, which was sad for him. But yeah, unfortunately, if you've picked him up as well, that's not good in scoring. All right, last one, guys. Tigers v Raiders. Hudson Young continues to score tries, and so does Josh Papali'i. So both great scores for them. Joey Tarpany in the 45 minutes was great. Also, Zachy Wolford, big minutes this time, 70 there with Starling playing some decent minutes, but more through the middle. And then you had Seb Chris and Rapin, obviously, with the attacking stats there. You had Adam Dewey, who continues to just do a bit of everything. Got 1 try assist there, tackling, tackle breaks, running, kicking. I captained this week, so the 50 was okay. Better than some others, like Papali'i and the like. But, yeah, would have hoped for a better game, but they got absolutely pummeled, obviously. So for him to still get 50 was good. We had Elliott with 46, so still big minutes, but just not scoring as well as he had. That very much, big purple patch. So he's going to be interesting next year. Price of 42 is going to be very similar to this price now. And, could he be a 50-point plus gun next year? Potentially. And it looks like we'll probably just get him as a middle next year. So, again, something to think about. Offengawe only 42 minutes, so he's been doing so much extra hard work lately. Polle got the bigger minutes this week. So, yeah, Offer, not great. Polle, if you played him, cool. Of course, I played him last week for his 20-odd, and then this week I don't, and he gets 37. Woohoo, standard. Tuolangi, we got Savage. They're all okay scores, and then lower down from there. Not really too much to talk about apart from Freeman, who only got the 61 minutes and a much lower score. But again, they got pummeled, so you can see plenty of average scores here from outside backs and edges. So that's our video, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. We will get into the round results. We've got plenty of videos this week. Should be able to get all those reviews out for the teams this week or next. And yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get them done before the app closes up for the season. So that's that, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one.